Hi everybody, welcome back. We are working on Prima Spring Farmhouse. We're making two albums, a rectangular album and a square album. Today we're going to be working on matting in the square album. And thanks so much for joining me. Last time we did this mat. This is the first page of 3 that are in this book. And we also did the back with this envelope pocket. So I've already picked out a few mats for the next time and also a little pocket that we're going to make. So that's going to be that. And we'll talk a little bit more about it when we lay those mats down. But we also need mats for this flap, for this pocket page, and then for this page here, which is inside the flap. So I wanted first to choose something for this flap. And I had this paper out. I was thinking that perhaps this would be nice because I don't really remember seeing it too much in other pages that we've done in this project so far. So I thought it would be a good choice. So let's take a look at how big we need this to be. 3 1/4 by 6, 3 1/4 by 5 3/4. That's that one. I think we're going to do it like that. I don't think I'll add a brown mat to that. And so now we need something for here and something for here. Now we have this, which is quite busy. So perhaps if we put it to the inside. Yes, I think that would be possible. I'm not sure about that sticking out, although it does pick up these mushrooms. Don't be that side. Let's see what else we have. This piece just gives a soft look to that, or I could use that one. I think I'll use this one and put this back. This is just holding that for me. I think I'll put this one here, and we'll cut it from the bottom so that we get these flowers. This should be 5. Oh, this is a pocket though. I can't even see the pocket, so I forgot it was a pocket. But do I have, I think I would have enough maybe to cut both. Let's see. If I cut that 4 1/2, and this would have to be 2. Oh, it's just a hair shy. Okay, so let's use this one then. Hang on. Thinking. I wonder if I want to save this, or should I put it here? I'm just going to put it sideways just to give me an idea. Yeah, that's pretty. Okay, so we'll use this one here. Right. Oops. This is 5 3/4 by 5 3/4. Let me cut that. Okay. So that's gonna go in there. Oop, that was my ice maker dropping ice. I'm sorry that was so loud. And then this is going here. That's nice. So I'm thinking, I wonder if I were to use that check here, maybe double mat with the check and something else, because it picks up a little bit this piece of furniture. Let's see. Let's see if I've got a piece of it around. See, I have this one. I hate to cut this because it's such a good piece that I could use somewhere else though. So let's get an idea. I like the way it looks, but I'm not not going to use this exact piece just because, like I said, it's a big piece and I can use it somewhere else. All right, let's see. Well, I have a whole sheet of it here. So I guess I could, since I have this whole sheet, I guess it wouldn't matter if I cut this piece. All right, so let's see. This needs to be 2 by 5 3/4. And how big is it? I don't think it's 5 3/4. Yeah, it's not. Okay, so if that case, I'll cut it 1 3/4, and then we'll double mat it with something else. So if we put that there and we want to double mat, I don't know if the brown is the best choice. Let's see. Actually, yeah, I like it with the brown. All right, so I said, well, it needs to be 2 by 5 3/4, right? Yeah. Okay, so we'll put that on the pocket, and we'll put that on top of that. So then I think that we're going to want something pretty subtle and subdued for there. And we still have this piece that we could use, which I think would be a good choice. So let me cut that. Now this has to fit in the pocket. So I'll start with 5 3/4, but we may need to trim it down. Hang on, I just want to know if I should, I'm wondering if I should keep this side or this side. I'm going to cut off this side because I like this sheet. And yeah, that's going to look nice. We just need to cut it to length, which will be about 5 inches. I'm going to cut it 5 1/4. Piece is going to go in there. All right. And the only thing I haven't got is something to go here. And I think we kind of want to carry this sort of soft feel across again, maybe, although maybe pick up this. Let's see what we've got. Bunnies, that looks really cute. Okay, well, it's not often my first choice is the right one, but okay, so 3 1/4 by 6 3/4. Oops. What did I say? I know I said 6 3/4. It's 5 3/4. There we go. I think I could cut just a little bit more off. Okay, there we go. All right, so that's those. And that's that one. And this one's done. All right, so I'm gonna set this aside because I may just attach those off camera since you've seen how they were chosen, but we'll see. Let's pick a few more for the next page. I'll grab the book. So this page, we've got all of these waterfalls to choose. So that's all right, and then we have this belly band page. I thought that I saw, thinking that I had a piece kind of set aside for that, but I don't see it now. That might work. Oh, that's kind of cool. Just have the numbers and then something in the background, so that's a thought. I'm thinking about this for behind the waterfall. I mean, behind the belly band, and it looks nice. So what I think I will do, you know, we also have, which I keep forgetting about, we have this page. This one won't be the right size, I don't think. Actually, apparently it's exactly the right size. And if we use the pink, we couldn't use this with it, it would just fade into oblivion. But we could use the pink. Yeah, I kind of like that. Okay, so that's going to go in there. This is going to go here, so we'll cut this 1 3/4 by 5 3/4. Yeah, that looks nice. And that's that. And let's see. Trying to decide. I mean, we just used this section on that one flap, but I think it's okay because we're going to have quite a bit of other stuff. It won't look quite the same. So this should be 5 3/4. Yep, by 5 3/4. Okay, so that's going to go there. Still pick all those. Let's see, we haven't decided if we're going to put something here yet. All right, so I think I better stop and glue down. And then these I may wait until I'm near the end and just use scraps. You know, whatever I have left. We'll see. Excuse me. Okay, let me put that there. Bring this one back in and let's glue down some of these mats. Pulling that out, let's get that out of the way. And I think what I'm going to do with these, let's see if I want to round them. These I think I'll keep square. This is going to be the more embellished album, and I'm thinking that's maybe why I'm leaning towards these light, soft mats to give myself, you know, an easy way to embellish because there won't be any interference from the design papers, or at least not so much. And then here I'm going to put a floating pocket, which is what I call a pocket that just sort of sits in the middle of the page like this. And we'll do something pretty on the front, not too much because there's no gusset here, but a nice tag. Oh, and let me give you the measurements for this. This can really be whatever measurement you'd like. So if you have a special photo or something that you want to feature, this would be a good way to do it. All right, so you're going to cut your pocket 4.5 by 4.5. Is that right? Yeah, 4.5 by 4.5. And then just score two of the side, okay, let me say that again. It's 4.5 by 4.5, so it's a square. So just score 3 of the sides at a 1/2 inch, and then do your trimming out of the corners and fold to make a pocket. as you see here, and then we're just going to glue this down. And I'm just eyeballing that. I want it fairly, you know, closer to the bottom definitely than the top, because we want room for a tag. Okay. And I'm not matting this yet, because what I think I'm probably going to put there is just a piece of the brown as a photo mat. So we're going to leave that for the moment, and then let's come around and do this. All right, so this one, I need to do these edges with the quarter inch round. I think I'm going to do these one at a time just so I don't lose track of what goes where on top from bottom. There's that. All right, so let's see. So we have that. We have this pocket. All right, and that. So that entire front page is done. There's only 3 pages in this album, but they have, each one has quite a few. So this one we are going to wait a little bit to mat. This one I haven't picked out yet, but we did pick out these. So let's go ahead and do these. And I think I will not, I'm not going to round those either. I don't know why, for some reason I just don't feel like I want to. I cut a couple of little mats for this waterfall, but we're not going to get to that today, I don't think. So let's look at this page. This is the page that we put the triangular pocket on, and I've picked some mats. In order to make this mat, let me see if I have the piece. I'm not sure what I did with it. Anyway, what I did is I cut a square about 4 7/8. It was 4 7/8 square, which was bigger than I needed, and cut it in half. And then at that point, I just trimmed a little off this edge to make it the right size. Okay. And then I cut this piece, of course, is 5 3/4, and this piece is 5 3/4 square. I may, with this one, just trim a little bit of this corner off just to make it easier to get it into this pocket. So I think I'll just do that. Okay. So that's going to go in there, and that just reduced a little bit of the bulk in that pocket. But, okay, well, we're going to put these 2 mats down, then we're going to work on this because we're going to do something else on this side. But this is all we need on this side. I have a actually, you know what? I was going to say I have a brand new bottle coming, but I have a brand new bottle sitting right next to me in the box that it came in because I got my order today. So I may have to switch over, but the bottle itself is fine. It's just the tip is clogged somehow. All right, now let's do this next step. This is going to be just a little bit tricky, but not too much. We are going to echo this triangle with a diagonal belly band, okay? And what we want is, okay, so it's 1 inch, just about. There's 1 inch here between I hope you can see that, between this valley here, the spine, and this triangle. So I'm going to make a mark, a very light mark, because this is not going to be covered by a mat. At 1 inch, I don't know if you can see it, but I'll be able to erase it if I need to. And then up here, it's 1 inch. So I'm going to just turn this. I've got some other mats picked out, as you can see, or not mats, but cardstock. So then I'm going to put a little 1 inch mark here, like that. Okay. And then, here, let me move these aside so I don't lose them. Those are for later. Okay. All right, so then what I want to do is lay this piece like this. All right. And I'm going to grab a couple of my little Post-it tapes that I've been using just to keep it from moving. There we go. All right, and I'm going to need, let's see, let's take a clear ruler. And actually I'm going to use, I'll use a scoring tool, not that one. Hang on. Yeah, we're going to use a small scoring tool, and we're going to draw a line, just like that. And then turn it this way, and same thing, draw the score line. Okay. I don't know if you can see the score line, but I can see the score lines. And, okay. Now, you can measure all this, but it's a lot easier to just lay it on there and work from that. And let's go ahead and take this tape off. Alright, so I'm just laying that score line on my scoreboard. I do it further down. I'm just reinforcing that score mark. Okay, and I'm just going to repeat that with the other one. Okay. Perfect. And then we're going to fold them in like that. You know, it's kind of a waste of paper doing it this way, you know, with these extra bits that are going to get cut off, but it's just, I find it the easiest way to be accurate. So when this gets glued down, oops, okay, it's going to go just like that, okay? So what we need to do, of course, is trim these. I'll grab my big scissors, and you don't have to be too, you know, you don't have to measure it or anything, just eyeball, you know, like a 1/2 inch or so. I think mine are thinner, but that's all right. Get rid of those. then you're going to need to trim this. I want to use my small scissors for that. Well, what did I do with them? There they are. Okay. And that one's going to go there, and that one's going to go there. Okay. I'm just lining up this edge with the little mark that I made at the 1 inch. And I'm actually gonna just very, very slightly overlap that mark, just so it's not visible, and that's the easiest way to hide that mark. And then this one is going to go there. Now be careful when you lay this down that, you know, just sort of let it fall naturally, and then maybe just, did you see how I just pulled it down a little bit, just to give it a little height so that it's not flat to the page, and so that it'll be hard to put things in it. All right, and speaking of putting things in it, this is going to be the mat. Is that pretty? I think so. I like it. All right, let's go ahead and ink this up and put it in. Go. I know I mentioned a few minutes ago that I got my order of art glitter glue. It is shipping again, so I guess it's officially spring. But I'm glad to know I wasn't out. I still had about a half a jar of the 8 ounce. A bottle, I guess, not a jar. And so I had enough, but it's just, I feel better knowing I can get it. And I did, in fact, order another bottle because, you know, running out is not a fun thing when you're wanting to craft and you don't have what you need. And this corner looks like it needs just a little bit. I'm not sure what I'm going to put here. I have a couple ideas. I'm kind of thinking, though, I might do the check. Of course, I'll tone down that white. Or, since this is a fairly subdued page, I might do this. Actually, you know what? I like that best. I can already tell. Part of the reason I was iffy about this is because of the strong directional print of these hearts. And I think I probably will cut it on the bias to make sure the hearts are right side up. So I'm going to set that piece aside because I'm pretty sure that is going to be the piece. But we're going to move on right now. We'll come back to that. All right. So we have this, which we are going to come back to. We have this. We need to do that. We already did this. So, I mean, I've got belly band, but I'm okay with that. Now, let's talk about this. This is the piece that I have these for. Right, I'm just going to use 2 of them right now. Well, no. Hang on. Let me take the 2 small ones. All right, so what I'm thinking of for this page is to put one of these flaps here and the other one here, so they're overlapping each other. And then I thought it would be fun, and of course there's a 1/2 inch tab, so they're gonna be like that. And then I thought it would be fun to make them pockets. So I cut a couple of wider pieces to put on top as pockets. And I'm going to, I'm going to score these and then I'll show you what I'm thinking. So for each of these, oh, let me give you measurements. 3.5 by 5.5, and you need 2. And let me grab my, oh, it's already up. Okay. All right, so just score one of the, put the long end in and score at a 1/2 inch. Just so you know where your tab is going to be. Okay. And then I'm just going to leave it, well, no, I'll put it away. We're going to need that again in a minute. So what I was thinking, go ahead and fold these. I'll just make a pocket and put it right on top of these to form a pocket, right? So it's a flap with a pocket. And I cut the pieces for the pocket, which needs to be 1 inch wider. So these are 4.5 by 5.5. But that's going to end up, the pocket is going to match perfectly there. And if you put a little notch there, it'll be fine, or whatever. But I think what I'm going to do is actually cut them about a 1/2 inch shorter, so the pocket ends a little above, a little below the edge, if that makes sense. And so what I want you to do is actually, if you want them to be the way I'm going to do it, cut them 5 inches long. So let me trim these down to 5. Okay. So let's set these aside, grab our scoreboard. And we're going to place the 4.5 inch width across the top. Score it at, whoops, 1/2 inch. I don't know if you can see. And 1/2 inch. And 1/2 inch. Right? And then same thing here. 1/2 inch. You can actually just do 1/2 inch and then go over and do 1/2 inch, but I like to do it like this. Okay, so now we have our 2 pockets. There, some scissors, which I left the top off, the cover off, after I warned you in the last one not to do that. Go. Just cutting the corners off the bottoms. And that little angle bit off the top. Come back a little, there we go. What I'm going to do is attach the flaps first and then attach the pockets to them. I just think it'll be easier to attach the flaps that way. And then, before I forget, I'm going to attach a magnet. This is going to need a magnet. We could use ribbon, but I'm using a magnet. So let's take our page. Let's make sure we have it right side up. Okay, so this is the top. And let's decide exactly where we want these flaps. This one's going to go that side. I think about, let's see, about a 1/2 inch up, I think. That's 3/8. I think a 1/2 is too much. I'm gonna go 3/8. Okay, so just take your tab, whoops, I need to trim those tabs, hang on. Okay. All right. Let's put some glue on the tab. All right. Just looking for my pin. There we go. All right. I'll remind myself again which way is up. Oops. Okay, so this way is up. So this is going to go here. And I'm just using my ruler. Hope you can see. I'm just putting the 3/8 inch mark. And just lay that one down. Okay. And then the other one, I'm going to go on the opposite side. And I need to trim these corners. And we're just going to do the same thing. Okay. And that up. Take our ruler. The 3/8 inch mark. I highly recommend this blue ruler. It's so easy to see the measurements. They're marked really well. Okay. All right. You know, and it's in my head from when I bought this ruler that it comes in pink too. I could be wrong, but I like the blue. Anyway. All right. Now I'm just triple checking again that I didn't do it upside down, and I did not. So then we have these pockets, and what we're going to do is just attach the pockets to the front, and I'm just dry fitting them. This one looks a little wide, and you know what, we should round these too. So I'll do that first, and then I'm going to fix that because that looks a little wide. 1/4 inch round. There we go. All right, and you know what I'm gonna do too? Hang on. You'll know how I forget my magnets. I'm gonna put a note right here that says magnet, so I don't forget. All right. All right, so now let's see. All right, and that definitely looks just a little bit wide to me. Let me check the other one. And this one also. Okay, so let me, whoops, I just need to set those aside. Get my score board. Pin in my glue and cover my scissors. Just neaten up a little bit here. Okay. There we go. My space, as I've mentioned, is quite small, so every now and then I have to just pause for a minute and clean. Okay. So I am just going to put the score mark. What I do when I need to make it just a little smaller is I take this score mark and I'm just going to put it right in the middle between two of the ridges, or two of the divots, I should say. And then score in the next divot, because it only needs to be a very little bit. Once you've folded and burnished this paper, it wants to go back to that spot, so it's a little tricky to get it right back where you want it. Okay, I'm just going to repeat that with this one. Go. Now, there's our page. Let's test these for fit. Good. All right. That looks good. And we've only set it back a ½ inch, but I just think it makes quite a bit of difference. Trying to get more diligent about that. I think my glue gets stuffed up because I forget the pin. Checking because I feel like that's just lifting up a tiny bit. And let's grab one of our clothespins just for now, just to hold that. And this one also. Sometimes when you have so much bulk, it's okay. Pull that one to the front so we can do this while those are drying. Let's check this one for fit. Good. So that's going to go like that. And what we're going to do, let's go ahead and do it now before I forget, is that magnet. Now, the other option that you have, if you don't want to do magnets, hang on, just trying to get these magnets. There's one. And there's the other one. Okay. Put my pin in. Okay, so what I was saying is, what you could do is when you mat this piece, you could put ribbons coming out this way and then bring them around and tie them on top. All right? I am going to use magnets. And I think I'm going to do this one first. And we want this to be more towards the outside. All right, so I'm going to put our first magnet right about there. Okay. Then I take a scrap, as usual. I'm going to take the other magnet. And press firmly. Okay, so then that'll go there, and that should hold through. There's a lot of bulk right there. I wonder if I should move it up. Because I think it's hitting right at the spine. I'm going to move it slightly. Just up a little bit. It's okay. I bruised the paper, but that's all right. It's all going to get covered with mats, so. All right, so let's put it more up than I had it. There. Let's get this one. Okay. Go. That's good. I think I got the glue. All right, so there. Let's see how we do this time. That's better. That's definitely gonna hold better. All right, so where are we at? We have our waterfall, that's done. This is all done, we just need to mat that. This is done, and we need to pick mats for this. All right. I think I may stop now, and then when we come back, we'll finish matting this page, and then we'll start on the last page group, which we're doing. We have quite a bit to do on that one as well, because we just you know, hadn't done all the elements yet on this book. So thank you so much for watching. If you have any trouble with it, of course, reach out to me in the comments below. If you have not already subscribed to my channel, please do. Just click the subscribe button down below and the notification bell so you don't miss any new videos. And I will see you next time. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.